I'm Hannah Kramer, and today I'm here with the founders and the new tenant experience team from VTS. We have Prasan Kale from Rise, Ryan Masiello from VTS, Clinton Robinson from Lane, and Nick Ramito, also from VTS. You guys, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Nick and Ryan, VTS acquired Rise back in March and now has acquired Lane. Can you guys speak to what that means for VTS as a company?
Yeah, as a company means we now, one, it's about half our company, which is crazy, just tenant experience as a problem we're solving. But two, it means that globally we are the largest player in the world focused on solving this problem, which is probably the largest problem that our industry has ever faced, which is getting people back in the office doing their job there versus at home. We just believe that there's no one better set up to solve this problem than we are.
And can you speak to what value having Rise, having Lane as part of your platform adds?
This is a platform, right? It's really not just a singular application for one specific thing you do. You get into a building, you need access from your phone. You want to have visitors come, you want to have them come easily from your phone through your contacts. You want to file a work order, you have an issue. You want to talk to or communicate with ownership. You want to fill out a survey. You want to buy your lunch. All those things should happen in one application in the place you spend most of your time, or should be, which is your office. And so for us, it was about really trying to figure out, who are the two best teams in the industry who are solving those collective problems, who have kind of equal strengths in different areas.
This is not about just a singular focused solution for your building. It really is a platform play, a total tech stack, if you will, for your building is what we're here to deliver. Rise has done a great job with the back of house functionalities and operations and integrations that really power a lot of this, but I feel like the team at Lane has done a great job with engagement and perks, their flex offering, and the ability to service that occupier once they've moved into the space.
This acquisition is obviously a strong vote of confidence for the office market as a whole. Why make that vote now?
I think that at the end of the day, we fundamentally believe in the future of the office. And I always say that VTS is sort of the best proxy for that belief, right? So we're actually out in the market for office space right now. We're more than tripling our footprint in New York.
There's also a lot of press right now. Ryan said this really great a couple days ago. There's kind of two things happening. What companies are saying out to the media, they're saying that they're holding off and they're going to be remote forever. But in reality, behind the scenes, they're expanding office. They're buying whole office buildings. They're tripling down on their office space. So the reality is we're all going back to office. We all know that's happening. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen.
In the last 6 months, you guys at VTS have really dug deep into this tenant experience market. So I want to understand how that complements your original leasing, asset management, and data businesses.
Yeah, so I think one of the things that we saw pretty early on in this category was, of course, there's this intense focus on the experience for the tenant, the occupier, right? Getting in and out of the building, all the things we know they should be doing in an application, and probably should have been doing for a long time. But at the same time, the reason that an owner is deploying those things is to better service that customer to do two things. One is to renew them. This is a renewal market. If I'm a great landlord and giving you great service, you're going to want to stay with me in this building or another one. And two is to grow rents, right? You should pay more if you want to be here. It's a great place to be. But there's been no place to actually see that information. And given the users of VTS, those folks don't want to go to another application to see that information. So for us, it means all of that data around occupancy and are my customers, my tenants happy? How many visitors, all that data that you really need to see to understand, is this customer happy? Now you can see in VTS, the same place, the same platform you used to put that tenant in place in the first place.
You guys have started to answer this question already, but I wanted to sort of understand what the acquisitions mean for your clients, both those people on the renter side and on the owner side.
I think for the employee, it's going to change the way or their expectations and how they just interact with real estate, period. Right? So going from key cards and hassling with everything they do to the seamless and integrated experience, they're going to expect that at their house or their apartment, everywhere.
What about Lane's technology attracted you to this as the best possible solution to this problem? And then Clinton, what attracted you to VTS as a potential acquirer?
VTS has 12 billion square feet of office on their platform. They've got the Rise team, which is one of the strongest tenant experience platforms. This is the biggest and best team in the industry, and there's a great cultural alignment here. VTS really cares about their customers, and we've talked to a lot of people in this industry that don't have that same depth of care. They really want to put out something awesome for all of their customers and change this entire industry. And that's what attracted us to work with this. This was the only choice in our minds.
And I think from our vantage point, the tenant experience stratosphere is large. These applications do a lot. And I think if you really look across the board at the strengths and the weaknesses of the different teams and the different applications, the strengths of Rise and the strengths of Lane are very different. And their focus as a business is different. And they're totally synergistic. And so for us, it's not just about getting into the building, right? It's the entire curb to suite experience.
So let's talk about that combined platform, because what's been reported is that what really happens here is the Rise teams and the Lane teams get combined to create, earlier I think you called it sort of a super app, right?
Super app.
But that would be the largest office app firm, I think, in the nation. Am I right about that?
In the world.
The world, yeah.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about how that combination process happens, and then what you see as the sort of value to that solution as a whole.
So all the hard work is done behind the scenes and under the hood by us and our amazing teams. But for the customer, it's just they're going to continue to see new features and new functionality with any single app upgrade that you want to push.
I think for existing Lane customers that are now VTS customers, and for potential customers out there, just to keep in mind that you're in great hands. Nothing's going to change immediately. You're going to get the best of all worlds, which is great.
Can you speak a little bit more to how big the value add here may be for your clients?
I mean, sure. I mean, I think the reality of it is the value prop falls way outside of the building or expands way outside of the building, because this isn't just about better operating the asset, it's about better operating your portfolio and better investing in the next building or the next portfolio. And so I think this is going to change the way they use information across the entire asset lifecycle. And that's why we're getting the attention from, it's not a property manager or an asset manager at a building. It is the CEOs of the largest companies in the world that realize how important this is for the future, both from, again, a delivery method for creating a better experience for their customers, but most importantly, how they potentially invest billions of dollars moving forward.
So tell me what this deal represents in terms of the office tenant experience of the future.
For companies that have 3 days be in the office, 2 days work from home, those 3 days in the office need to have that same sort of ease of almost being at home in order to make that employee happy.
So this has been a really fast growth and expansion process for you guys. What else should we be looking for in your pipeline? What sort of is next for VTS?
If you really want to make this category work and you want to be the answer to the return to the office, it's got to be the full curb to suite experience.
Yeah, and as it relates to VTS as a whole, I think the expectation is an increased pace of innovation. I think we've proven that COVID was an amazing tailwind for our business, and our customers are excited, our investors are excited. We're going to continue to innovate and make announcements, I think, at a blinding pace over the next couple of years.